Do you want content that crushes for your e-commerce business? In this video, we're going to walk through how to find content creators, how to reach out to them, how to have them create the best content for your e-commerce business. We'll talk about how to use that content once you have it so that you can get the maximum value across all of your marketing. So let's dive right in. And content creators or influencers within a platform like Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. We're going to focus on Instagram because it is a great platform for content creators. We use this for lots of our clients. Once you understand the idea of how to find influencers within a platform, yes, there are going to be differences across YouTube, TikTok, or any other platform, but they're going to be subtle. So we are going to teach the strategy, and then you can then implement that across different platforms. So let's start with pretending that we are a coffee brand and we want to find content creators who are into the coffee lifestyle. So we can just come over to here and search by hashtag. So let's do coffee, 170 million posts. So there are a ton of posts. This is going to be super broad, but we can look for this and see what comes up. Once this comes up, we are going to see lots of different options. I would recommend doing this on your phone. When you do this on your phone, you'll be able to sort by most popular or most recent. There are advantages and disadvantages to each. If you want really big influencers, start with the most popular for a broad tag. Otherwise, you might want to do something that's more recent, depending on the hashtag. But let's look at this. So we can find the top post. They have a nice Snoopy image on this coffee, and we're not seeing much. We want to go to the profile for this image. And from here, we're able to see that this is, we're able to look at the profile and we're able to see that this is a learning space for baristas. So depending on what you are selling, this may or may not be a good fit. You want to look at a few things when you are reviewing an account. First of all, make sure it's legitimate. There are fake accounts on Instagram, or there are accounts that are kind of dead if the content is no longer being posted regularly. So you want to make sure the account has a high frequency and recency of posts. You want to make sure that the comments are legit. You also want to look at things like geography. Let's say if this account has lots of their audience in Italy, but we are selling products only focused on the US market, this might not be a good fit if we want them to share content and with the goal of increasing sales and getting in front of their audience. If, however, we just want content and we will repurpose that however we want, it really doesn't matter where the creator is as long as they understand culturally and through language what you were looking for, then it doesn't matter where they are. But those are some considerations. Looking at the audience, there are platforms where you can look at the geography, the geographic breakout, and even demographic breakout of their audience. But if you're just looking on platform, you can look at things like the comments and where they are located. So let's look at one of these posts. This post has a unicorn. It looks like a matcha latte. That is great. What you can do is you can dig into each of these posts and look at the comments. So this has 913 likes, but only 11 comments. So the engagement is actually pretty low for this. And you'll see lots of these are just emojis. So looking at this, I don't know. We would need to dig into this more because 900 likes, 11 comments, that's a pretty low comment. Once again here, only a few comments, that's very low engagement rate. 1,000 likes and only 3 comments. So right off the bat from looking at these posts, I would probably not use this account to share our brand message, but I might use them to create content because the images are really cool. They clearly know the coffee space, but for some reason the engagement is really low. Another tip is if the account is replying to every comment, that's a good sign that they are engaging with their audience. If the creator is engaging with their audience, it's a good sign that their audience is engaging with them, which means that if they will promote a product, then you're more likely to see sales from that. Something else to consider, and we can X out of this, is for any creator account you're looking at, are they promoting lots of products or is it very authentic content? If a creator is just posting or promoting products in every post or every other post, that means their audience is really gonna get wore out unless the account is specifically like a commerce or review brand. That may not be the best fit for your brand. So we typically want to see at least 4 regular posts for every 1 promotion post, and even that is a little bit high. So you might, or a little bit low, you might want to go higher than that. So these are some things you want to look at in order to determine if the account is a good fit for your brand. And remember, it really depends on your goals. If you are interested only in getting content, you don't really need to worry about their engagement. You don't need to worry about where their audience lives. You don't need to worry about how often they are promoting other products. That stuff doesn't really matter. You just want a good history of really high quality content with a similar aesthetic to what you are looking for your brand. If, however, you want the creator to share their influence and post about your brand, then you definitely need to understand how engaging their content is and their community. You want to make sure they are replying to comments. You want to make sure they are not overly promotional. You want to make sure their audience is in a geographic region where you sell product. All of those things are very important. So this is one way you can look at accounts to promote your brand or create content for your brand. You can start with searching for a hashtag. And then what's also cool, another nice little hack, is once you follow an account, you will see other accounts like that account. So this is awesome because if you find an account that's really good, let's say if Legato was the perfect brand for our made up coffee brand, once you follow them, you can find lots of other accounts like them, and you can do the same thing. You just click on this account, review their account. If it looks good, you can do the same thing, suggested, and look at all the other profiles. And once you have that, then you contact the ones that are a good fit, and you can work to negotiate with them. And that will be your next lesson, contacting creators and working with them to create great content for your brand. So once you have found an influencer that you think is a good fit for creating content or sharing your brand message, you then want to do outreach and contact them. Here is an example of some copy that can work very well. Obviously, you want to substitute information about your brand, but here is an example. We kick things off. Hey, influencer first name. We saw you're a coffee aficionado. I wanted to let you know about a line of coffee grinders we created. They're easy to use, super quiet, and create a more consistent grind than anything else like it. Would you be interested in trying one and sharing your experience in a post on your feed? We can send you one for free and also include a set of our coffee mugs too, if you'll send us an unboxing video and a couple pics of you using the products. Let us know what you think. We'd love to get you hooked up. So in this copy, we do a few things. One, we make it personal by saying the lifestyle that they are in. That is super important right away. We also very quickly get to the point and discuss what makes our brand different and who we are. We then ask the question, would you be interested in trying one and sharing your experience in a post on your feed? We're making it very clear what we are asking for. And if so, we will send you one for free along with some other swag. They're going to share an unboxing video. So once again, we're making it very clear what we're looking for. We're making it very clear what we will offer. And we are asking what they think of it. From here, what will likely happen are a couple things. You will have people come back and say, yes, that sounds great. And then you can move them to the next step. Or they will say that they will only do that in exchange for payment. And at that point, you just make the decision as to how much you're willing to pay, if anything. We would recommend paying for content at this point. Nearly all content creators and influencers require payment at this point. Years ago, they did not, but now they definitely do because the content is super valuable and they understand that. So understand what you're willing to give for each influencer or content creator. It's really going to come down to the quality of content that they create and if they are going to post to their account. Things like the size of their following, how engaging their following is, the addressable size of their following. So let's say if they have an influencer has 100,000 followers, but only 50,000 are in the US and you only sell products in the US, then really that following is 50,000 for you. It's not 100,000. So understand that. You also want to make sure that the demographic is in line with what you're looking for. And based on the audience size and audience quality, combined with the quality of content creation, along with the assets they will create for you, those are all things that will create value for you. In order for you to create value for them, things like the quality and cost of your product, how many you're going to give to them, if you're going to include any other swag, and what your payment terms are, how much you're willing to pay. You also need to consider what sort of effort is required from an influencer or content creator. If you are just selling coffee mugs, that is very easy for them to create content about. If instead you are selling an entire coffee system that requires 4 hours of work to set up, well, then they have to do a lot of work for that. So because of that, they might be less likely to work with you, or they might be likely to work with you, they just will require additional payment. So these are things to consider once you do this direct outreach, but this base framework introductory message is a great way to contact influencers and content creators right away and begin a negotiation with them. Are you looking to grow your Shopify brand to 7 figures and beyond in the year ahead and need help with content or other digital marketing services? If so, click the link below, schedule a call with our team. We'll connect and discuss what a digital marketing services program would look like to help take your brand to the next level. Influencers or content creators is a great way to get things started when you are just kicking off your marketing program. However, if you want to make it easier and a little bit more automatic to contact influencers or content creators, you want to use a platform. And platforms can help you find the right creators to work with. They can also help you contact and negotiate and message, even send payment to some of these creators. We'll run through a few of these. Each of these has similarities and some unique attributes. So I would recommend checking each of these out if you are interested in working with a platform and just finding the one that is the best fit for you. Each of these do require payment, and it depends on the amount of content creators you're willing to work with and the capabilities you want. Those will help determine what sort of pricing makes sense. So Aspire is one platform that can be useful. Gluey is another one. Grin is another one. And Upfluence is also another platform. All of these can help you with finding creators, and then some of these, like I said, will allow you to do outreach or even post campaigns and allow creators or influencers to respond to your campaign, and then you just choose the ones that you think are a good fit. Another good one is Incense. Incense is really designed for content creators, not so much influencers. You will have content creators reply to a campaign, and then from there you can negotiate and work with them, get them product, and from there generate content that will perform for your brand. Once you have agreed to work with a content creator or influencer, there are lots of steps that have to be done before you can get the content that will work best for your brand and or have that creator post that content successfully to their profiles. So the one thing that ties all this together is communication. It sounds a little cheesy, but you need to over communicate at every step of the way because there's a lot that can get lost if you don't do that. So from the front, make sure you are very clear on the terms for which you are going to agree that will be delivered from both parties. That means how many pieces of content, what style of content, along with when those deliverables will happen. If that creator is going to post to their accounts, make sure you understand that as well, and ideally agree on timeline for that too. In addition to that, when you are sending them product, make sure you are constantly communicating with them and that you confirm once they receive product. Just like when customers order products online, things can get lost. So send them tracking numbers, make sure you're following up when you expect that the products will arrive, ask them to confirm when they receive the products and that everything is in working order. Once they have the products, you want to then guide them on content creation. For some creators and some brands, it might make sense to send a script. Typically, what we prefer to do, what works best, is giving them guidelines where we might give them a few call outs that we want them to speak to for the product or brand. And we want them to be creative because that's why you're hiring these creators, because they're good at what they do. But give them some talking points and let them run with it. You do want to give some guidance as to the length of content, maybe the style of shot, and ideally you can give them examples so that they know exactly what you're looking for. Now, once you have that content, in order to make sure that you get it, and also if they're going to post, what we typically recommend is when you are paying for content or influence, you pay those influencers or creators once everything is done. If you pay them before work is done, sometimes you might not get exactly what you've asked for. So it's typically good to start by sending product, have them deliver everything that you've asked for, and then once that has happened, then you issue payment. If that doesn't work, maybe you can split it where half is upfront, half is at the end. But be overly clear about what you expect, be overly clear about when you are sending them product, and make sure that they are giving you what you're asking for, and let them know that once that happens, you will pay them. Something else to be mindful of are the number of revisions that you are allowed. If you are going to ask for any revisions, make sure you say that upfront, because some creators will just send in content, and after they send in one piece of content, they might think they're done. And if you ask for revisions at that point and you have not asked at the beginning, they might not send you anything else. They might just walk away from it, at which point you'll be out of product, and maybe you didn't pay them, but you still lost product and time, and they lost time as well. So to make sure everybody's happy, be very clear on what you are asking for, be clear on revisions, be clear when product is sent and shipped and received, and make sure you're also taking care of the influencers or creators and paying them once they give you what you have asked for. They are people just like the rest of us, and if they did a good job, make sure you're compensating them immediately once they fulfilled their end of the deal. And if it works out well, then you can use them time and time again. So hopefully that helps you work with content creators and influencers so that you can get the best content and have a successful relationship with them. The content that you can generate from content creators will go through different types of brands. So you can see that we can get content from influencers or content creators regardless of the product category. So here's one for fashion.
Hey babes, fashion quiz. What do fashion icons like Audrey Hepburn, Rihanna, and Adriana Lima all have in common? You might be thinking they've all been dressed by some of the most amazing designers in history, which is true. But did you know that they are all also immigrants? American immigrants have made fashion what it is today. That's why I shop American Immigrant Apparel. They carry incredible, high-quality pieces like these, and they celebrate those who are determined to make their own success stories in America.
So that's one for retail. We can also look at, let's say, one for fitness.
If so, stop scrolling. So I used to spend so much money on health products that either didn't work, or when I looked at the ingredients list, I realized they were loaded with chemicals or unhealthy ingredients. Now I use Maximum Slim. I've noticed that it gives me extra energy, a metabolism boost, and they actually use all natural ingredients.
So you get a sense of a fitness nutrition product, and then let's look at a home decor product. This is a product that people have to install in their home, and we still were able to get content creators to do that.
Let's start giving this dining room a makeover by adding a brick wall. For this wall, I used Mani-Brick faux bricks. They're made of plaster, so they're really easy to cut, simple to install, but they look and feel like real brick. Once the brick was on the wall, I grouted the space and caulked each and every seam around my cabinets and countertops.
So you get the idea. Regardless of the product category, there are creators who would love to create content for your business. You just need to understand how to find them, how to motivate them, how to negotiate with them, how to get them product, how to fulfill their requirements around content and posting so that everybody is happy. You get what you asked for, they get what they asked for, and you can have a successful campaign. So best of luck getting that. Next step will be how to use this content once you have it. You have content from creators or influencers, and it's high quality, it's hitting all the touch points that you want your brand to communicate to potential customers. So what do you do with it? First off, the easy answer is to post that content organically across your social feeds. Next up, create paid advertising with it. Influencer content and content created by creators, professional creators, can do incredibly well for paid advertising on Facebook or TikTok or name your other platform. We recommend testing the content as it is and also layering that on top of proven ad frameworks so you can not just have that raw video asset, but also that plus other brand assets to hit all the touch points you need to with your advertising. Another great place to leverage all this content is on your website. You might have a wall of social proof. You might put some of this stuff on your product pages or your homepage. That can be great across all of those pages so that you can improve your conversion rate by adding more trust and examples of people using and loving your products. You can use this stuff within your email marketing. That can be great to point to other examples of content that can help get people over the hump. And a little bonus tip, you can also, if you have really good imagery, you can include that for your product inserts. When you're sending products to customers, you can include images of influencers or content creators using the product on the inserts in order to motivate repeat purchases. So there's other places to use it. Those are some examples of the most impactful places, but use it as many places as possible so that you can get the most value and bang for your buck from the content you just work so hard to create. I hope you found that useful. All of the steps required to find influencers or content creators, how to understand what goals you're looking for, how to communicate with them, how to negotiate with them, and how to communicate through the entire process so that you're getting the assets you need. We also talked about how you can use those assets for maximum impact so that you can improve your marketing holistically and not just rely on influencers to post content and then cross your fingers and hope that something magic happens. Instead, you want to use those assets in a way that you can control the experience and maximize impact for the content that has been created. So if you need help creating content for your brand, if you need help with your marketing, contact our team of Shopify experts. There's a link below where you can learn more about what we do. You can see some examples of our work, and you can book a call with our team. We can discuss if it's a fit to work together, and if so, we'd love to help you out with your marketing if we can help you. If not, we'll just give you some advice and wish you the best of luck with your business. It's no pressure either way. And either way, we hope that you found this piece of content very valuable and that you can take your business to the next level. We wish you the best of luck and success in the year ahead.